Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready? Check 3, check 3, check 3. All 52. All 52. No gain on this defense, no gain. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming. Let's go.
Throwing now is Allen. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Complete to Josh Gordon. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Check, check. Half 85, half 85. Mike 5-4, Mike. Hey, exit. 5-4. I got one, I got one, I got one. Here we go.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Go, go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
To throw again, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now Allen again. And that's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
2nd and 13. And he fires one incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And that'll make it 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Kill.
Leo. Yep.
They'll look to throw. Cooper's got it. with this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you, boy. X3, 218, chop it. Slam. Clear. Shoot.
Now it's Penny running right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Caught by Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Well, a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Allen's throw is complete. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Second and 2 at the Chiefs' 6-yard line.
Mike 54. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Third down here.
And it's third down.
Right there, 54 Mike. Quit talking about it. Middle.
Now Joe Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Bailey's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. 25 yards that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Hey, 180! Stop. Alert!
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Hey, orbit!
Allen now going to throw again. That ball complete to Isabella. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. This one caught by Isabella. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Drop deep. Where's 52?
Back to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go! 10 Lobo.
Penny, a first down carry, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
I'm scared. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
To the air, Allen. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Allen now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Gets it to Gordon. And he's got this down to the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Got Gordon open, completes it. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Let's go, Mike 54.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
1st down, Baltimore. Right there.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Touchdown.
Extra point try by Bailey.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score. Ravens 17. Chiefs 14. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Chiefs take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll drop to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They're going to look to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Here comes Grant on the return. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens will get it, 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
This is Mixon, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
51. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. On the right side, open is Gesicki. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Me and you. It's just me and you. Watch the eye.
Quickstone, Travis.
Hey, turn it out. Turn it out. Turn it out.
Smooth.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this